This is a very special night for us in the 1UP Superstar Series. It is All-Star Night, All-Star Weekend for the 1UP Superstar Series at the wonderful Lebanon Valley Speedway in West Lebanon, New York. It is a high-banked, high-speed, half-mile dirt track, the only trip for the Superstar Series on dirt all year round, and there's no points on the line. It's all for the racing glory and bragging rights here. These next tonight and tomorrow night for the Open tonight and the All-Star race itself tomorrow night. This, however, is the qualifier race. The top two in this race will transfer on to the All-Star race, along with a third driver voted in by the fans as well. Alongside me in the booth today for this wonderful night is James Ellison for this race, and well, like I said, there's no points on the line, so you can go for broke, and you gotta be in those top two spots if you're gonna have any hope of advancing to the big show tomorrow.
Yeah, this is gonna be wild. I'm sure of it. They'll be determined. Like you said, no points on the line. It's all checkers or wreckers, or well, in this case, checkers in second place or wreckers.
And now we can look at the starting lineup. 27 cars are battling for the honor of competing in the All-Star race tomorrow night, and no one's got a better view at the front of the field than Miles Mashburn. He lines up on pole position for the Open, and he's got a rookie to his outside, Devin Fair, who we know he's good on the short tracks. We'll see what he can do tonight. Daniel Bouchard lines up third with J.Q. Halleck and Stephen Gale running at the top five. But this entire top 15 is full of favorites that we think could make this All-Star race. We've got Jeff Bolton, we've got Roberto Crown Jr., Bobo Jones, Sam Donato, Henry Thomas. These are guys that we think should have been in this All-Star race already, and but for some bad luck, they might have been. But they've got 30 laps ahead of them to try and progress their way to the front, and well, you got any favorites for this one? Because there's plenty of them in the top 15 and throughout this entire field.
Well, from the past experience watching some of the races that I've been in the booth for and otherwise, I definitely got to say, Roberto Crown Jr., Sam Donato, they're two of the people I'm watching. J.Q. Halleck, definitely got to keep an eye there.
Absolutely. They've been so close so many times. Could this be the night they finally get that win and make their way into the All-Star race for the first time? Well, we've got 30 laps ahead of us, and they'll be gone before you know it. This is going to be a race where you got to be on 110% for the entire way. This is the 1UP All-Star Open, and the green flag is mere moments away. Stay tuned, because this race is going to be over before you know it. You're not going to want to miss a second. As the field rolls off a turn four, it is Miles Mashburn and Devin Fair on the front row, ready to get the 1UP All-Star Open underway, and we are green for 30 laps. And Miles Mashburn gets a good jump on the field as they head off into turn one for the first time. They get a little slideways through 1 and 2, but that's what you come to expect on the dirt as Mashburn takes the early lead. But Devin Fair making a move on the inside already, not wanting to waste any time.
Yeah, Fair's trying to make a move. He's not quite there yet. Well, maybe now he is. He's on the inside now, and well, he wants this.
Absolutely. He got a runner-up finish at Bristol earlier this season, so he knows how to make his way around these short tracks, and he has done a very good job on this dirt. This is not something he knows he's very familiar with, but he's making it work. He led that last lap ahead of Miles Mashburn. There are two viable lanes on this racetrack, but Devin Fair has just got the superior equipment under him right now, and the Team Dayspring car takes the lead, but Mashburn's not done with the 08 just yet.
Now Mashburn's like, oh no, you did. He wants back up there, and for a second there, it looked like Bouchard might try something. He's slipping back a little bit at the moment.
He's half a second behind Devin Fair right now as they head down the back straightaway for lap number 4, and Fair sends it off into turn 3, and you see back in the back of your shot, J.Q. Halleck trying everything they can to make it ahead of Daniel Bouchard. Remember, it's only the top 2 positions that matter in this race. Third on back, you're going home empty-handed. So here comes Halleck with a big run, trying to get around Miles Mashburn down the back straightaway. I think they're just going to run out of time to make the move on this lap.
Like I said, you got to watch out for Halleck. There's determination right there.
Absolutely. It's going to be this is going to be a critical night for J.Q. Halleck. Can't close the deal. They've come so close so many times in the regular season and the points races, but just horrible, horrible luck has plagued them since the start of this season. They're deep in the points for this Revolution Racing team, the only Revolution Racing car not locked in, as Bouchard now makes a move on Mashburn for the runner-up spot. Here they go, down in the turn 3.
Yeah, this is... Okay, Mashburn's got to be careful here. Oh, that was a little close to the wall there, but he seems to be all right. Bouchard, though, he wants second.
He wants second, and he's gonna take it away in a few moments' time from Miles Mashburn. Daniel Bouchard, who's been in the All-Star race before. He was in it last year after winning at Iowa the year prior, and Mashburn was in this race a year ago as well. Both of them looking to make their second All-Star appearance. Meanwhile, Devin Fair scooting away from the rest of the pack in a big hurry. He's looking to make the All-Star race for the first time.
Yeah, Fair's he's just checking out right now. And looking back here thinking, you guys keep fighting, I'm going to just run off. And he's just doing a good job right now.
Yeah, this is one of the best short track racers we've ever seen in the 1UP Superstar Series, and in a Nitro National competition too. Remember, he has 2 short track wins in the Nitro National Series, one at Pittsburgh and one at South Boston. So he knows how to get the most out of his equipment on the shorter tracks, and this Team Dayspring car, they've been working on it this season. They started out not doing too great, but they've been making steady progress, and now he's on pace to make the All-Star race for the first time in his career. As we complete lap number 11, we're already a third of the way through this open, and right now it is Devin Fair and Daniel Bouchard in the transfer spots.
Yeah, right now it's looking pretty good for Fair, but we don't want to bring him up too high now because, the old commentator's curse. We could get him here, so, just keep an eye on him.
Yeah, we've had that happen. We haven't had it as much with you in the booth per se, but it's come up quite a bit, especially when that 4 car's been running up front. But it's Devin Fair this time around, and he led a good chunk of the race at Bristol earlier this year before fading to a second place finish. But I don't think anybody's really a match for the 08 at this point in time. Bouchard's is back by about 3/4 of a second, Mashburn by 1.3 seconds. So at this point, as we now look back, here's Nelson Reeves in the 17. He's making a good run towards the front. He started this race in 11th. He's already in the top 5 as we approach half the distance.
I was looking at him. I was just getting ready to make a comment about him as soon as I got the chance. He's just methodically moving up from his start place as JQ Halleck makes a move to the inside. Once that spot back, Nelson's just trying his hardest out here.
Nelson trying to make the All-Star race for the first time, as this is a big night for him. He's trying to keep that ride for 2023. Nothing's confirmed yet because silly season is yet to start officially. But you gotta always be nervous when you're on a top team and you're not doing quite as well as you think you should be. But Nelson Reeves doing a very good job trying to hang on to this 4th position from JQ Halleck. He's gonna stay there at the line, but we're closing in on 12 laps to go next time they cross the line. So they're running out of time because they're already 1.8 seconds off the lead.
Yeah, this side by side's definitely not gonna do Reeves or Halleck any favors, as another close call at the wall there, this time for Reeves. And this is just you'd think they were actually fighting for the top spot right now.
And yet this is only for 4th, and this will not get you into the All-Star race unless you're popular with the fans or you finish 1st or 2nd in this race. And right now, it is Devin Fair and Daniel Bouchard comfortably in those 2 positions right now, but we still have 11 laps to go, coming to 10 to go at the line. So at this point, I don't know, anything can still happen, and a late race yellow can completely change this race.
Yeah, you got to watch out for that, especially toward the end. If you got opportunities, as Halleck goes up on Mashburn here, I'm seeing, and a late race caution. We've seen it happen. It can really ruin a person's night.
Absolutely, but you don't want it to come too late, because if it comes out too late in this race, we might not be able to restart it. So you gotta always keep an eye out for that as the laps continue to tick away. JQ Halleck working on Miles Mashburn for third position on the racetrack, but this race has belonged to Devin Fair from the moment the green flag came out. He was so aggressive on the first lap, and that's exactly what you need, the mindset you need to have to transfer into the big race. Although Daniel Bouchard's starting to close the gap a little bit. It's down to 0.6 of a second now, as Mashburn's trying to get back around Halleck to retake the third spot. Not going to happen this time, or is it, coming out of 4?
Yeah, Mashburn did not like getting past there, so even if he can't get to Bouchard, he's going to put all the effort he can. Can't do that with 4 in the way, though.
Yeah, Mashburn determined to remake the All-Star field, especially with his teammate J.D. Martin on pole position for that race. Mashburn would love nothing more than to join that and make it 2 Robbers Racing cars. In the All-Star race, we've got 6 laps to go now, and the gap is at the front starting to close up a bit. It's down to half a second between Fair and Bouchard, as Mashburn's continuing to do everything he can to try and get around JQ Halleck here in the closing stages.
Yeah, honestly though, if Bouchard gets up there and starts messing with Fair, that could bring these remaining participants in the top 5, or at least third and fourth, right up there, and we could really have a battle on our hands. I wouldn't exactly call this Fair's race just yet.
Coming to the line, I think now we can call it Fair's race, because he's just extended that gap to 3/4 of a second once again, and we only have 3.5 laps to go. But the battle for that final transfer spot is still heating up between Bouchard, Mashburn, and Halleck. Coming to 3 laps to go this time, it's still anybody's guess which of these 3 will make the big show.
And you also got to watch out for Rees there. He could capitalize if these 3 make contact. Even if they don't wreck, it could just open the door wide open for that number 17 red Toyota Camry.
Until now, that is. Nelson Rees with an issue. His hopes of making the All-Star race dashed here on lap 28. 2 laps to go at the line. And Nelson Reeves' hopes of making the All-Star race are done right here. But Miles Mashburn now, with a late race move on Daniel Bouchard, pops up into second place. But Bouchard coming to the white flag this time. He is doing everything he can to take the position back. The white flag is out for Devin Fair. He's got half a mile to go to race his way in.
That is heartbreaking for Nelson. That's what I get for talking about him. Commentator's curse strikes again.
Coming for 3 and 4 for the final time, Devin Fair, in his first All-Star Weekend appearance, is going to qualify for the main event, and by half a car length, Miles Mashburn will join him there. It is Devin Fair and Miles Mashburn transferring into the All-Star race, and by 3/100ths of a second, Daniel Bouchard's hopes of making the All-Star race will have to wait another year. He is 3rd, JQ Halleck 4th, Roberto Crown Jr. rounds out the top 5, and hidden among the dust, we are looking for our fan vote winner. He's in there somewhere, pretty deep in the back of the field. It looks like he's coming into the pits right about now. There he is. Further back, there he is in the green and white 42. Justin Henley's going All-Star Racing in his rookie season. For the first time, he is your fan vote winner. Well, what do you think about that? That was a very fast All-Star Open, but we have our 3 drivers making it to the big race. Devin Fair, Miles Mashburn, and Justin Henley. They will be All-Star Racing tomorrow night.
That is incredible. Bravo, Devin Fair, for taking control and just running off with it. And Mashburn, he didn't get the win, but he didn't really lose out. But in the end, it was the top 2 from the start of this race just reversed. And Henley getting in there, oh, that is incredible.
So, will we see any of these 3 making some noise in the big race tomorrow night? I wouldn't put it past them. They've got real fast race cars here at Lebanon Valley Speedway, and I have no doubt they're going to be challenging the real All-Stars of this race. Of course, these 3 are now real All-Stars as well. They have earned their spot into the All-Star race just as the others did. And you'll be seeing that All-Star race live tomorrow night here at the Lebanon Valley Speedway. So, from James Ellison and from myself as well, we say goodbye from the Lebanon Valley Speedway just for the time being. Devin Fair and Miles Mashburn, they did what they needed to do. They raced their way into the All-Star race. And Justin Henley, well, he's got to be feeling like a popular guy right now because the fans have spoken. He will be the 19th driver in the 2022 1UP All-Star race.